on behalf of both exercise Pyramid and Pinnacle, I'd like to start my remarks on all your behalf, and indeed on behalf of the Alliance, by thanking Latvia. You have gone more than the extra mile to ensure that this exercise is as well-funded as it possibly can be. The infrastructure support, indeed all the support we've been given, has been quite outstanding. And on behalf of NATO, really, I'd just like to thank you, General Gruber, the Latvian defence establishment as a whole, for your efforts. And I would like to also to second Mr. Sark's remarks about the delights of Latvia. Those of us who have been fortunate to spend the weekend here, I can only say that Riga is a delightful city with a range of fascinating places to visit, whether cultural and artistic or indeed from a cuisine point of view. Delightful people and some stunning and most lovely unspoiled countryside around. So I think if you can find time to enjoy some of that, and if nothing else, enough to ensure that you come back, it will be time well spent. So thank you on behalf of all of us for your hospitality. I'd like also to go through a number of other thank yous. My first thank you within the course is to General Helge Hansen. He has been the mainstay of this key leader training, going back 15 years to the first Hilex back in January '96. He has underpinned it, and you will see by the end of this week he continues to underpin it. Sadly, he retires, if that is possible for General Hansen, at the end of this week. At least from this training, I am certain he will go on to other equally active and demanding professional activities. The only good news I have, though, is that he hands over to General Egon Rams, who it is a privilege for me to welcome here to his first Pinnacle. Well, why are we here? This is fundamentally key leader training. It's about understanding the multinational environment in which you will operate and are indeed operating at the moment. And clearly, as commanders, as senior commanders and senior staff, you need to be able to interact and communicate intent, operational thinking and direction both efficiently and effectively. Last week we focused on the staff in Pyramid. This week Pinnacle is all about command, because at the end of the day operations are command-led. And clearly there is a requirement to find the right balance between empowering our staff and the need for commanders to lead their staff. Within NATO, of course, we have a process for delivering military solutions in order to address the complex situations that we find ourselves in on operations. A process which takes account of the need to interact and establish the plugs and sockets with those non-military actors with whom we have to develop a degree, if not of unity of effort, at least of unity of understanding. In other words, the comprehensive approach. And that is why this exercise is so focused on NATO's Comprehensive Operational Planning Directive, the COPD. It is a process. It is not a process that needs to be adhered to slavishly. It is there for your guidance, but as commanders, you need to understand it, because it is that process that will drive your staff's actions. I also highlight the fact that it is an evolving process. It is by no means fixed and immutable, and that process will benefit hugely from your insights and your observations as a result of this course. So be proactive and be prepared to criticize where you find it needs to be, that process needs to be sharpened up and indeed moved forward. So this event is all about giving you the opportunity to refresh, to explore and interrogate the processes involved in planning at the operational level. But it's also about establishing networks. You come from not only across the NATO alliance, but the EU, the UN. Many of you will meet on operations, and indeed several of you will be critical to NATO's main effort in terms of planning and executing the operation in ISAF quite shortly, at a time that is going to be critical for the success of that operation. So this is an opportunity away from what you might call the syndicate room or in plenary to establish those linkages and friendships and contacts that will ensure that you have what needs to what you need to do to plan operations. And tonight we will also welcome Lieutenant General Charlie Bouchard, who is currently the commander of Operation Unified Protector, and I think you will find that his insights onto the importance of understanding the COPD as a planning process for campaign direction will be particularly valuable. Well, NATO faces some significant challenges, and the NATO command structure particularly faces significant challenges. Not only have we got the main effort, Afghanistan, running with all 28 NATO nations involved, together with some 21 partner nations from across the world as far afield as Mongolia to El Salvador, which really covers much of the world's surface. This is a complex business. On top of that, I mentioned Operation Unified Protector, with some 15 nations participating, together with critical partners, Sweden, represented here, Qatar, Jordan, UAE as well. And I really highlight that point about partnerships. And of course, the complexity of this operation highlights the critical importance of a process that we understand, and a process which can be applied across the NATO alliance. Because the bottom line is, and I think we've demonstrated this pretty conclusively with Operation Unified Protector, the NATO command structure works. Only NATO could have conducted this operation. But it only works because we have foundations, and we have doctrine, and we have common understanding. And I think it is pretty remarkable that an alliance of 28 nations plus partners can develop such common understanding. But there are inevitable weaknesses in that command structure, and clearly it is incumbent upon us to remedy and strengthen those weaknesses. And it is by no means a rest cure this week. But the most important thing that I ask of you is to engage, to contribute, to question, to collaborate, and in particular and in general, to add value to the exercise that we're going to be running. You are the most valuable training resource here. You have an extraordinary breadth of experience on operations and elsewhere. And I think it is critical that we can all learn from each other. Please challenge the supporting staff. Please use your personal experience and expertise to identify and correct those shortfalls which still exist in our comprehensive approach to operations. Make the best of this course, and above all, enjoy this course and enjoy your time in Riga. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to hearing how the course goes towards the end of the week. Thank you.